Banquet Success is a new coaching program developed by pro-life leaders David Wright and Sean Carney with one purpose in mind: to help significantly increase the income at your organization's next fundraising banquet. Over the last 8 years, David and Sean have helped raise more than $21 million for pregnancy centers and pro-life groups. They have spoken at over 100 banquets coast to coast, advised organizations, and led their own nonprofit ministries. Their work has gained national attention and has been featured in the media hundreds of times. In this video case study, David and Sean reveal the breakthrough that increased the income of their organization's fundraising banquet from $24,000 to more than $300,000. They explain how this knowledge can help maximize the results of your next fundraising banquet.
It's no secret the current economic crisis is taking a heavy toll on nonprofit organizations. Giving is down. Many ministries are tightening their belts, reducing staff, trimming budgets, and cutting vital programs. And indications are that things could get much worse before they get better. Fox News just reported that as many as 100,000 nonprofit organizations may close their doors over these next 12 months.
In the midst of these challenges, the Wall Street Journal also documented how this situation creates an even greater difficulty for nonprofit organizations. The journal stated, "When your mission is serving the needy, tough times can be doubly difficult. More people need help, and you have fewer resources." Pregnancy centers and pro-life organizations are needed now more than ever, because when the economy is down, women who find themselves in crisis pregnancy situations are far more likely to consider abortion.
As difficult as things may be right now, we have an obligation to reject the bad news about the economy and choose not to participate in this recession. It is vital to reverse the downward trend and maximize funding for your organization to ensure the success of your vital mission. And the number one way that organizations are successfully doing this, it's not some brand new fundraising tactic or an untried technique. It's not a fad or a manipulative ploy. It's mastery of the fundraising banquet.
When done correctly, a successful fundraising banquet can generate an enormous return on the investment of time, resources, and energy. And it can do more to ensure the success of your mission than any other fundraising effort. We'd like to give you a real-life example of what can happen when you master the skills of conducting a successful fundraising banquet.
I had served on the board of a local nonprofit pro-life ministry since 1998. Each year we had conducted a fundraising banquet that hovered between typically $33,000 and $37,000 of income, and attendance was around 350 people each year. But to be totally honest, we didn't know what to do, and we didn't know what not to do. There were absolutely no systems in place, so each year we had anxiety and sleepless nights leading up to our fundraising banquet. And yes, I was the guy who got up each year to deliver the financial appeal simply because nobody else was willing to do it. I had no idea if what I was saying was making the least bit of difference as we rolled the dice year after year and simply hoped for the best. But in 2001, I hit rock bottom. That year, our attendance dropped to 275 people and our income plummeted 20% to its lowest level ever, $24,350. The staff was worried and the organization's entire mission was at risk. I felt like a failure and I was ready to quit. However, in the months following that banquet, I stumbled onto a breakthrough discovery that turned everything around. I discovered the power of systems. I was reading a business book, The E-Myth Revisited, that had absolutely nothing to do with nonprofit organizations or fundraising banquets. It was a study of why most small businesses fail and what can be done about that. The book identified that the most consistently successful small to mid-sized businesses across the board were franchises, businesses like McDonald's or Subway that convert everything they do into turnkey proven systems that can be replicated over and over again, producing consistent results. We immediately began to ask ourselves, would this work for our fundraising banquet? And if so, what areas of focus would we need to develop systems around? Over the next 5 years, we identified the 7 key areas that affect the results of every fundraising banquet. Planning, underwriting, attendance, the actual event program, casting your vision and mission, the financial appeal, and follow through. To To maximize each of these opportunities, we began to develop, implement, test, and master systems in each of those areas. The results far exceeded our wildest expectations. In the first year, we had identified only 2 of those 7 areas, planning and vision casting, and developed systems that could leverage these areas. As a result, that year, attendance nearly doubled to 532, and the banquet income skyrocketed to $64,150. The next year, we also developed a system for the actual banquet program. That year, the attendance jumped to 812, and the income went up to $88,109. But in 2004, we made a tactical mistake. We coasted because we thought we had identified all the key areas that needed systems. We were wrong. Because we didn't continue to relentlessly pursue mastery of every aspect of a successful fundraising banquet, we experienced a drop. Attendance fell by 8%, and the income was off by $8,000.
Thankfully, this setback served as a wake-up call for us. We went back to the drawing board to identify the remaining 4 crucial areas and then pioneer systems for each one of those areas. As we implemented the measurable systems that maximize attendance, the financial appeal, underwriting, and follow-through, we experienced explosive growth year after year through 2008. And then the economy began its free fall. In 2009, as we approached our fundraising banquet, even after years of growth and success, there were doubts inside the organization, among the staff and board members, among some donors and volunteers. And the systems we had developed and mastered were about to face their greatest test ever. When I woke up on the morning of our fundraising banquet and I saw the headlines splashed across the front page of the USA Today, I began to get worried. The news conveyed the greatest fear for anyone gearing up to ask for donations at a fundraising banquet. Breaking reports with doom and gloom about the new downturns in an economy that would put a pinch on everyone. But we knew that we had proven systems in place that would ensure the success of our fundraising banquet. Systems that were not dependent on any external circumstances. That night, when the doors of our facility opened, 1,552 people flooded into their seats. They weren't stressed about the economy. They were there because they wanted to ensure the success of our mission. And as we rolled out each of the 7 systems, one after another, the attendees shattered all previous fundraising records by investing $312,964 into helping save lives in our community.
This same thing can happen for you and your organization. If you're concerned about the current economic conditions and you recognize that your mission is too important to just leave to chance, it is critical that you develop mastery in each of these 7 areas and implement proven systems that maximize every opportunity for success. When you do that, you too can see your fundraising banquet going up, even in the midst of a down economy.
And that will enable you to focus more of your time and energy on saving lives. And that's what this is about anyway. Stay tuned for our next video, where we will reveal for the first time ever our strategic banquet success formula that identifies every key indicator of a highly successful fundraising banquet and shows you how to increase in each of these indicators for maximum results.
Be sure to enter your name and email address right here on this webpage so we can notify you the moment that video is ready, along with other strategies and coaching that can help make your organization's next fundraising banquet a huge success.